先に、戻ってます。戻って is the verb 戻る。Like he's saying, I'm coming back before you. So Falco is saying something like, well then, I will. Boku wa is, again, the same as watashi, but is more, watashi is more formal, and boku is a little, is still not very informal. It's not like ore. You have several ways, you know, in Japanese of saying I, like watashi or boku or ore. I'm sure that you've heard this. And boku is not very informal. It's not the most informal way of saying I or me that you can use, but boku wa saki ni modotte masu. Okay, I'm heading back now. Something like that. Yeah. Yeah, Falco. Yeah, Falco. Yeah means no. Yeah. It's like ie. In Japanese, hi is yes, ie is no. So, yeah, it's like, no, Falco, you're not coming back. Not so fast. お前もここで話を聞くんだ. お前 is like a way of saying you, but this is informal. You cannot go to a teacher and say お前. No. You cannot say お前 to someone that is above you in the hierarchy, you see? So, お前が, お前も means like to. お前も you too. ここで, ここ, again, here. De is a particle that is used to indicate that an action is going to happen here. So, お前もここで an action is happening, which is hanasu. Hanashi o, hanasu is like this talk, hanashi o kikunda. Kiku, listen. So this means お前もここで you two here are going to listen to this. Like you see, in Japanese, there's not a particle for the future. Like in English, you use will. I will do this. I will, or I'll go there, or I'll eat this, or you use this will. But in Japanese, it's a little bit different. You don't use there's no particle for the future, and the verb doesn't change for the future tense. You use the same form of the verb for the present and the future. Very important. Falco. 言う通りにするんだ. Okay. Falco, you, tori. You is the verb to say. Tori means is added after a verb to say in this way. Like, omotta tori. That means in the way I thought. Omou is to think, or omotta is the way I thought. Omotta tori, in the way I thought. And then here is iu tori ni surunda. Iu tori, like in the way he's saying, like, do the things that he is saying. That's what this literally means. Suru, again, the verb suru is the verb to do. So, you tori ni, in the way you, the verb to say. Tori, in the way he's saying. Ni, to indicate the way that you have to do something. You tori ni suru, the verb to do. And then, again, this particle at the end, enda. Like to make everything, yeah, more cool. Hi. Eren. どうやって? Do is like how or why. If you want an explanation, if you want to know the reason about something, you can use do, like doshite means why, So that do is usually used for asking the reason of something. Do yaru, that's the verb yaru, which is the verb to do. So this yatte is something that, again, that te, something that you are doing right now. Do yatte. How did you do this, or why are you doing this? Something like that. Eren. Do yatte. Nani, nani. Like, nani means what? She is a short way of the verb suru. And you usually use that when before the particle ni to show an intention of doing something. So, shi ni means with Eren doyate, why are you doing this, or how did you, something like that. Nani, what? She, what are you doing, Nani? She ni, to do what? Nani, what? She ni, the intention of doing something, so we might translate it as to do what? Nani, shi, ni, koko, again here, ni, particle to indicate the place, and kita is the verb kuru, which means to come, but in the past form. Nani, shi, ni, koko, ni, kita. Why did you come here? Omae to would mean like with you or as you. Omae to, in this case, onaji. Onaji means the same. And then da again, the verb to be, dayo. Omae to, as you, onaji, the same. I am the same as you. Omae to onaji dayo. And then dayo again, the verb in the end with the yo. Wakaranai ka? Wakaru, wakaranai? You don't understand that? Wakaranai ka? Omae to onaji. He's gonna say that again. Omae to onaji dayo. Shikata ga nakatta te yatsu da. Okay, shikata ga nai means there's no other way. This is like an expression. Shoganai or shikataganai means there's no other way, or there's no, this is like, this is something unavoidable, something that you cannot avoid. Like if I say, I don't know, something happens to me, or I have to do this work but which I don't want to do, then I say, okay, shoganai or shikataganai. Like there's no other way around this than to, you see, something unavoidable. Shikata ga nakatta te yatsu da. Yatsu means this thing. So shikata ga nakatta te yatsu. There was no other way around this. This was unavoidable. That's what he's saying there. Shikata ga nai. And you can use this a lot. It's very, very interesting. Shikata ga nakatta te yatsu da. Te here also, because te has many meanings, te can also refer to the subject instead of wa. We were talking to refer to the subject of a phrase. You can change that wa for te in some context. But this is, I think this is N2 level. So yeah, upper intermediate, we'd say. Kita ka, Reiner. Kita, the verb kiru. Did you listen? Kita ka, Reiner. Kita ka. あれが壁を破壊した理由だろう。Okay, あれ means that. あれが again to indicate the main point of the phrase. あれが壁 wall 壁を破壊する。破壊 means to destroy. 破壊した理由だろう。This あれが this 壁を the wall 破壊する becomes 破壊した。する in the past becomes shita. So hakai, again, the verb to do with a noun. Hakai shita means a verb. This is a verb in the past form. Ryu. Ryu is reason. Ryu daro. Daro is the verb to be, but when you want some confirmation, when you are not sure about something, you use that daro. So that is what he's saying. In English might be something like, that is the reason you destroyed the world, right? Something like that. Is that daro is more or less like right in English, like right? Yeah. お前たちは世界を救おうとした。お前たち、お前, you. Tachi is when there's more than one person you're referring to, like the plural. Like omae tachi, like you. In Spanish we have a different word. We don't use, in English you use you for him, and you use you also if that's a group you're referring to. But in Spanish it's a little bit different, because you is tú, if that's just one person, and then if this is a group you're talking to, then you go with vosotros, which means it's the plural of tú, when there's more than one person. So, omae tachi, like the plural way of saying omae tachi wa sekai, means world. Sekai o, again the o particle, suku to shita. Suku means to save. So you wanted to save the world. To suru. Suru is the verb to do. Again, like to save. So you wanted to save the world. So nandaro. Like, right? Again, is waiting. Eren is looking for the confirmation of this. He's asking, this is what it was, right? Nan nanda is an expression to indicate, because that's nan is nani. So he's saying like, what is going on here? Like nan nanda means all this, what is this? Da, again, the verb to be, nan nanda. What is this? Again, this is an expression. Korewa is like this, nan nanda korewa. You might say, but Alberto, you said that the verb is always in the end. And here is not in the end, because it's the verb da, which is the verb to be. Why is it in the middle? Because sometimes Japanese people do it like this. It's not very, I don't know if it's grammatically incorrect, but sometimes, especially in conversations, they change the order of the phrase. This is like more in the context of if you are talking and you're going slow, and instead of building the phrase correctly, you go so slow that you speak while the thoughts come to your head, and then you change the order. I think that's the image that I have, So maybe it's a little bit twisted, but works for me. So nan nanda korewa. Like what the hell is going on here? Might be. Nande is also why, means why. Like we were talking like doshite, but nande is also used for when you want to know the reason about something. Like nande, you've probably heard this in anime a lot. So nande brown fukucho. That cho is also used, that kanji is also used. It's the same kanji as in shacho, some kind of boss. Shacho, shucho, and then in here fukucho. So fukucho, I think this is for the army, an army word. Fukucho, which is like chief or chief officer or vice chief. So here is like chief, something like that. Now here, Falco, this is very interesting, is talking to himself. So the Japanese that he uses when he talks to Eren and Reiner, and the one he uses when he talks to himself is different. So here he goes like annani, which is quite informal. Annani obiete. Obieru is the verb to be scared. So why is the chief Brown so scared? Kruga-san wa furui again, furui old, Yujin friend. Janai means is that negation, a negative form of the verb to be. So Kruga-san wa furui Yujin janai no ka is also an informal way of asking a question. So is not Mr. Kruger an old friend? Furui, old. So furuite nan means nani, like what? Nan nen, like how many years? Nan nen mae. Mae means before. So how many years before they were friends? You know what he's talking about. Yon means again for. Yon nen isen. Isen means above. Yon nen isen nara. Nara is again for the conditional. If they were friends more than 4 years ago, oh my god. Shiriatta no wa paradito. Shiriao is like to meet. Shiriatta is a composition of two verbs, like shiru, which means to know, and au, which means to meet. And shiriatta is when they meet, because it's in the past. Usually in Japanese, when the verb finishes in ta, they are referring to the past. So shiriatta no wa, the place they met, remember that no is making this into a noun. Shiriatta no wa paradito. That to is the kanji, the same kanji as shima, which means island. So here the whole phrase he's saying is yon nen izen nara, if they are friends from more than 4 years ago, they met in the island Paradise. So yeah, Paradise, like paradise intestine, Paradise Island. Yeah. Sonna wake ga. Yeah, again, no. Sonna wake. Wake is usually, wake has many meanings, or is used in different contexts. In this context means this cannot be. Sonna wake this is like reason. This wake is like reason. So this cannot be. It's like the same as we saw before with arienai. It's basically the same meaning in this context. Arienai again. Okay, This is enough. This video has taken a bit more than I expected, and we've just covered less than 3 minutes. I hope that you had fun. Yeah, that's it. If this video has more than 10 views, which I'm not sure about, I may do the second part. And yeah, I hope you had fun, and that's it, my friend.